want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto daily. Before we jump into this video, I want to ask you to smash that like button. Trying to get 1,000 likes a video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, just know I'm going to be here every single day to provide up-to-date cryptocurrency, technical analysis information. This is a post from my trading group from March the 7th, and I said, consider limiting altcoin exposure until Bitcoin settles down. This was up here. As soon as Bitcoin hit this upper trend line of the falling wedge, it started to break to the downside. I knew, hey, this is not going to be good. About 30 DMs today, people thanking me for this. You know, you got to be able to make money in this market, but you also want to be able to avoid losses too. And so there's a time to trade, and there's a time to hold these coins, and there's a time not to, and sit and tether. Jumping right into the market today in crypto. We already know. Jumping right out of the window. Bitcoin, 61.23. Double digit red day. Obviously market wreckage. XRP, 16.5 cents. People messaging me like literally feel like they've lost everything. Just know that, have faith in this market. There's a lot of things going on globally, on a global scale, that obviously have added to this, but this is unfortunately a market where we see amazing 10 and 15 and 20x returns during one part of the market cycle, bull phase. And the bearish phase, you get this capitulation. And you know, last time we dropped from 6,500 to 3,150 in a very short period of time. This is similar. So I want you guys though to just know that this too shall pass. There's some hopium in this video, and I'll talk to you about that in just a minute. But Bitcoin, this is a weekly chart, log scale, and you see this is that trend line we didn't want to see broken by Bitcoin, and we did break this trend line. Weekly candle hasn't closed yet, however, not looking too good. Ran down here to 5,500 support, which is also the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement level of this move to the upside. So there's some support here at 5,500. Bitcoin, you know, obviously bounced slightly. The RSI down here at 3150. When the price was down here, when we tanked, when we fell off a cliff here to 3150, the RSI came down here and was oversold. Well, we're not quite oversold yet on the weekly chart, so just keep that in mind. When you trade this market, it's not about, hey, let me catch the bottom. You know, people that were buying, you know, I talked to one gentleman, he's like, I just loaded up on $7,500 Bitcoin just the other day. I said, you know, like when you're buying these downtrends, it's risky. I like to buy the confirmed uptrends. It's a little bit safer. So 200 weekly moving average down here as support. Very important that the bulls can hold this level. We do have a weekly bearish MACD cross. Not a good sign. This is the 3-day chart. Bitcoin, again, we were looking and hoping for a bounce here. The bulls were looking and hoping for a bounce here. Bitcoin halving's coming up on May the 12th. Again, I've got some hopium. One interesting idea from 2015 that could potentially play out here for a move to the upside. We'll talk about that later. But again, you see this green circle shows this is your MACD buy signal down here on the daily chart, played out perfectly, ran all the way up. You bought it 61.50, you sold close to the top, right? That's your MACD sell signal. Incorporate MACD. This is 3-day chart. Incorporate the MACD in your trading strategy. Just learn to trade the MACD. Now, these are the levels we're looking for. This is that huge triangle we've been talking about previously. 5,900, 5,400, 4,900, 4,100. Are the support levels that we're going to be paying attention to over time. A lot of people were saying, hey, is this the bottom? Listen, it's tough to call the bottom. I can, you know, give you an idea percentage wise, but right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. There's a lot of things going on, and we just kind of have to wait to see. We need some type of market structure to be built here. This is a Bitcoin 12-hour chart, and I want you guys to understand this idea. We were talking about the falling wedge. So Bitcoin was previously in a downtrend, right? It's downtrending. So yeah, we'll get these little run-ups, but the overall trend is lower. Well, we got a bearish cross of the 21 and the 200, and then the price broke lower. This falling wedge is a bullish reversal pattern. 68% chance that it breaks out to the upside. It did the opposite. When that happens, very bearish. However, what I want you to notice is you get a parabolic move to the downside when these wedges break the opposite direction, and vice versa. You get a rising wedge. On 4 occasions, we got rising wedges that broke higher as far as Bitcoin's run up previously to 14,000. When you started seeing that, you had to say, bells got to go off. I got to take notice. I got to make note of this. This is different. Something's happening here. We talked about, and I knew things were not headed the right direction once we confirmed this head and shoulders. And the price action retest of this structure back up here, this falling wedge, came down here, and we're hoping the bulls were hoping for support at 7,300, at the 786 fib level. Obviously, this is the measured move has been 6,500, right? It's been 6,500, so it's not that far fetched. 5-minute chart, and I don't recommend trading 5-minute charts, but I'm just trying to find some type of market structure, because when you're not looking at, if you're looking at the 4-hour chart here, this looks like 2 candles. What are you going to get out of this? So then you zoom into the smaller time frames, and you get a little bit more of an idea as far as the price action goes. So everybody's looking for a little bit of hopium out of Bitcoin. Potentially, these are tiny moves here. This is, Bitcoin running from 5,700 to 6,200. So, a 10% move roughly. But again, these smaller time frames are effective when you don't have much market structure. So then I'll drop down to those. This gentleman in my trading group, he said, I hope Sensei CBC is proud of me because I just doubled my account within 2 trades. He was up 510% on this trade, 362% on this trade. DJ3 using the MACD and the RSI. I made $1,800 in 3 minutes. $1,800 in 3 minutes. This next person said, I made $1,200 in 5 minutes because I knew it would hit your target. Thank you, CBC. I've got a cryptocurrency trading group. I've got 6 chat groups where everybody's calling out breakouts, posting charts, working together to trade this market. I've got 41 videos in a playlist. If you don't know anything about trading at all, you can watch these videos. You'll be making profitable trades. Also, I post profitable trading setups on a daily basis, and people make a ton of profits in those setups. If you guys want to join the cryptocurrency trading group, you want to pay in crypto, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I'll get you set up and in the group today. If you pay for 6 months with crypto, you get 20% off. If you pay for the year in crypto, you get a 30% discount and an additional month for free. If you do want to pay with a card month to month, you can do so. There's a Patreon link in the description, but definitely let me show you how to trade this market. There's 1,500 people in the group for a reason. Bitcoin, so I want you to understand this idea. And I posted this, hey, this falling wedge. Here you go, falling wedge. If it breaks out, here it says March 12th at 3:17 a.m. Haven't slept very much. If this falling wedge breaks lower, very bearish sign, you will see a big, quick move lower. Parabolic move to the downside. Boom. And we know this. It broke bad. 7,500 became 5,500 quickly. So look, parabolic curve pattern. You get falling wedge. When it breaks lower, you got this parabolic curve to the downside. Now we're looking for this bounce here. At some point, this capitulation, which we're going to talk about more in just a second. Now, just know that every market has a cycle. These, and they're based on emotion. And you have to know that as retail investors, we are very emotional about this market. Where you come down here into capitulation and basically things are just going badly. Every huge sell-offs are happening, which is basically now. People get discouraged. People are like, I'm quitting crypto. And then, this is possibly the best time to invest coming up. Now, I don't know if we're there yet. If we head lower, possibly there's better entry to this market. And then there's dismay and hope and then relief as the price starts to increase. And this cycle repeats, and we get up to all-time highs, and it's exuberance and euphoria. And it doesn't even matter. I can buy any coin. It's going up. This is going to the moon. This is it. Moon boy. When you're on top of the world up here, that's your personal sell signal, right? You want to counter trade your emotions. When you're super excited about this market, sell. When you feel like you're just ready to quit and you're just, I'm done with this, and you're fearful, I'm scared, I'm losing all my money, that's your best time to invest. Okay. Again, there might be better entry. There's, it's waiting for some market structure to get formed as far as Bitcoin goes. Now, once you understand capitulation is down here, right here, before discouragement, which is still lower, dismay as well. Capitulation is when investors give up on any previous gains in the market by selling their positions during periods of declines. They just can't take the pain and the punishment anymore. Should have sold up here, but they get down here and they just can't take the pain anymore. And that's why retail is selling at the bottom. So a market correction or bear market often leads investors to capitulate or panic sell. And that's essentially, we've had a lot of downside. People are just like, selling. That's where all these huge sells and red candles are coming from. Now, this term is derived from a military term which refers to surrendering. When you capitulate, you surrender to this market. You're just like, I'm out. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I'm too stressed out. Like, I will literally watch YouTube, Twitter, the chat groups, and I'll get a good understanding where everybody's at. You guys can do this with the YouTube comments as well. Like, just kind of drown out what everybody's actually saying and just kind of understand where they're coming from. If you see a bunch of people like, I'm quitting, I'm done, I'm over it. Like, hey, we're down here. Buy when there's blood in the streets, even if it's your own. This right here in itself will change the game completely. You have to counter trade your emotions. Speaking of fearful, Link went to 2 cents, probably even less than that. Link completely. Now you see double top's bearish pattern, broke to the downside. I talked about this in the group. Also, there's a rising wedge. Now, it went to 2 pennies. Who got in here? I want to know, because they made 100x real quick if you got in here. But remember, these exchanges like Binance is messing up, going down earlier. Like, it was crazy. This is going to happen. You gotta have a stop loss. You gotta not trade huge amounts. If you got your life savings in crypto, you gotta be careful, man. I'm way too cheap to be a holder myself. I cannot stomach these losses. I'd rather be mad about missing a move. Oh, dang it, I missed Link's run up, versus I just took 30% loss. I like confirmed uptrends. I like riding the coins higher. I don't like catching falling knives. I'm not very good at juggling. So just consider that. People are like, hey, buy the dip. That doesn't work in a downtrend that leads to losses. Like, if you can stomach it, that's cool. Makes me depressed to take a bunch of losses. That's not what my strategy is all about. You're going to have a strategy that is for you and not anybody else. Now, 4-hour altcoin market cap chart. Look, same thing, falling wedge. Altcoins are trending lower. Over time, they're headed lower. Might get a few run-ups, but it's trending lower. Then you see you get this parabolic. The altcoins got completely wrecked. This is some hopium, right? This is an idea that happened back in 2015 where we had a golden cross and then a 45% sell-off with Bitcoin. And I just want to show you, this is the same idea. You got a falling wedge and broke lower, huge parabolic sell-off, right? You get these huge parabolic moves when these falling wedges break to the downside. Okay, so we're basically here. Okay, even with these wicks, maybe it's more, 50% sell-off. Basically, we're here. If it plays out, then we climbed higher. This bounced back pretty quick. Then we got a death cross. Obviously, the concern about, is it going to bounce back really quick? There's a lot of things going on globally that are different potentially now than they were then. However, we got a death cross, small move lower, and then a golden cross. But really, shortly after the death cross, we got a move. Well, over time, we ran to 20,000. So golden cross, death cross, golden cross, 20,000. So we're looking for this to happen. And if you look here, this is the daily chart. You got your golden cross. Your death cross is coming. I know you're probably thinking, are we more downside ahead? I mean, it's possible. It's possible. We have to prepare for the worst. I wouldn't be in a hurry to buy right here. Last time we capitulated, when we ran from $6,500 Bitcoin to $3,150, there was quite a few days in between right here. Look, We went from 6,500 down to 3,150, and it took a month. Okay. Now we've been in a downtrend for a little bit, but the point is this: like, yeah, if you don't nail the absolute bottom, that's okay, right? You still have plenty. You can buy in this area. You could buy anywhere in here and still been okay, because it came back down here and revisited those close to those lows again, right? Price action likes to revisit these levels, so it's not about catching. Like, what if it's here? What if it's here? What if we're here right now and it rolls over again? So just be mindful. Nothing is guaranteed in this market. Nothing. This is XRP Bear USDT. And I posted a setup on this. It had already broken out. Went to bed. I wake up and it's just like Moon Edition. So you could have made, XRP loses 30%. You make 90% here. It's actually up 108% after this pattern broke out. Like, these bear tokens are good because you don't have a liquidation price. Easier to trade. They're 3x, so if you don't know how to spot trade, don't trade them. But if you do want to trade these coins on Binance, you can use PureVPN. I use PureVPN every single day. Anytime I do anything with crypto, I want to make sure I'm safe and secure. You can use Binance, Bybit, BitMEX, all of those exchanges with PureVPN. There's a link in the description that does support the channel. Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at 14. Extreme fear. Crazy. People are very fearful. If it falls any lower, yeah, we're going into single digits. And again, counter trade the emotions. The CME did not shut down Bitcoin derivatives market. So I posted an idea that CME Group came out and they said, hey, we're closing, we're shutting down. So yesterday, CME came out and they said, we're shutting down the Chicago trading floor, the CME Chicago trading floor. And everybody thought that potentially they're shutting down Bitcoin derivatives, CME, and everybody thought it was very bearish. What they were doing is, obviously there's concerns globally that had to be addressed, and they shut down the actual physical trading floor. But CME Bitcoin derivatives are still fine. John Bollinger, trading legend, he has the Bollinger Bands. He designed that. He explained whether Bitcoin is a safe haven or not. No, it's not a safe haven. Obviously, anything that loses 20% in a day is not a safe haven. Now, Bitcoin tackles 6K after 20% crash. Stocks rival the 1987 apocalypse. Markets everywhere are getting hammered. Markets everywhere are getting hammered right now. Okay, and so it carried over to crypto. Here we are. XRP price 10 cents. 10 cents is crucial support for the bulls. I think XRP is at 15 cents now, and yeah. So let's hope that we get a reversal. Ethereum 33% record-setting drop. Records are being set today. Global market turmoil is the best words for it. This is pretty cool. My Ether wallet, they enabled users to instantly purchase Ether with fiat. They have a partnership with money transfer service Wire that's going to enable users to purchase Ethereum directly through the app with credit cards. So easy onboarding for crypto. That's what we need. You know who's getting rich off all of this? All of this. You know who's getting rich? BitMEX. Almost $700 million in Bitcoin positions were liquidated on BitMEX. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment below, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much. I will see you guys tomorrow.